Hi guys. Tonight for dinner I'm making beefaroni, and I need some shredded cheddar. So first thing I have to do is shred up some cheddar. I do not buy pre-shredded cheeses anymore. They're coated with stuff to keep them from sticking, and I just want cheese. Typically I buy, or often I buy cheese by the 5-pound block at the Amish Mennonite deli, but it's very expensive for sharp cheddar. So Walmart has sharp cheddar in 2-pound and 5-pound blocks. So I mean, I compared it to the other stuff. Of course it's not as good, but I mean, I'm using this for casseroles and stuff, so unless I'm making like macaroni and cheese where I really want a good flavor, this is fine. Okay, so shred it up. It's actually cheaper to shred your own too. That'll be a snack. Okay, so let's see what we got so far. This is my refrigerator container that I put cheese in the fridge. That should be good. And then the rest of it I'll put in the Ziploc bag and I will freeze it. And yes, you can freeze cheese very easily. I mean, if you don't have a food processor, you can easily use a hand grater, a box grater, or whatever you have. Of course, it's not as quick, but it's still better than buying shredded. I don't know. I mean, a lot of the shreds, they feel like plastic to me, so I don't like to buy them. Okay. I'm going to get every last bit of cheese. Okay. Alright, so we got our cheese, and I will take you over to the table and I'll be back. Okay guys, I'm back. We're making beefaroni. And I have a couple recipes here, but I'm going to make my own sauce. And kind of do it my own way. I just kind of use those as a template. This is mozzarella that I've shredded earlier, and it has been in the freezer, and see, it's fine. And this, I mean, I can get a 5-pound block of mozzarella at the Amish Mennonite deli for, I think it's like $2.89 a pound. It's like between $2.80 and $3.29 a pound. So a 5-pound brick of it is only, it's less than 20 bucks usually. So, and like I said, I shred it up. I get what I need for the fridge and put the rest in the freezer, and it'll last me 2-3 months. depending on how many pizzas I'm making. Okay, so, I mean, this recipe, this plain old beefaroni recipe, I had another one and I can't find it. I'll have to look on my computer. But it just calls for a pound of beef, 2 cups of cheddar, 2 cans of tomato sauce, 2 tablespoons of butter, a package of macaroni, and salt and pepper. And that's pretty plain. I mean, my sauce is a lot fancier than that. And even this beefy noodle sour cream bake, the sauce that they make for it is pretty plain, and then it adds sour cream and cottage cheese. I'm not going to put the cottage cheese in, I don't think. Last time I made it like that, Seamus didn't like it, so we'll skip the cottage cheese, but we'll make my usual sauce. So I'm using a Vidalia onion here because they're in season and they're always good in anything. I don't necessarily need the sharpness of a yellow onion in this. Okay, see, I made all my slices this way, and now just watch your fingers. And I just go back and chop through it a little bit just in case there's some bigger pieces. Alright, that looks good. Okay, so we got a half an onion. And I'm going to get 2 cloves of garlic. Getting low on garlic. And we'll use 4 cloves because some of these are small. I don't use fancy tools, just take the paper off my garlic, I cut the ends off, and then I just go, and it comes right off. See? Easy peasy. Unless you have an aversion to having garlic smell on your fingers, which I don't. I'm not worried about it. No fancy tools needed. Sometimes it's not easy peasy, but it's still fast and easy. I saw a video on Facebook of somebody like picking the garlic cloves off of the whole bulb, and like they had a knife and they had the bulb and they were just picking the garlic cloves and it was coming right out of the paper. I tried to do it, it didn't work for me, so I may need to investigate that a little more. It was interesting anyway. I'm just making fine slices. And I don't have a garlic press. If I did, I'd probably use it. But I used to have one years ago, but I just started chopping it. It just wasn't a big deal. So, and if I need smashed garlic, I just smash the garlic with the side of my knife. Some big pieces on the knife. And that's it. Easy. Okay, I'm going to put you over by the stove and we'll get started. Oh, wait a minute. Yeah, I've got some seasonings here. All right, be right back. Okay, we're back. Got my water boiling over here for our egg noodles, or our macaroni noodles. Put some salt in there. And just a little bit of olive oil. Okay, so I've got a pound of ground beef and a pound of Italian pork sausage, or Italian pork sausage. What am I saying? I don't know. I'm getting my pan warmed up. I'm gonna go grab the macaroni. I'll be right back. I know you can't really see the macaroni pot, but there's really nothing to see. Noodles cooking. Beef in here. Puppy, come on. Out. Usually I get my Italian sausage at a Mennonite butcher, but I haven't gotten out there, so I got these at Aldi's, I believe. Aldi's or Bueller's. They were on sale. So, I mean, I don't use them as links, or whatever you call them. I just smush it up with the meat. This is actually a little more than a pound. I think it's 1 pound 3 ounces. That's okay because we love sausage. Alright. I'm going to start chopping this up. I'm not adding any oil to it because the hamburger will have some oil to it. I actually think I used up all the hamburger that we got from when we bought a quarter of a cow. So I think I got this meat at Aldi's. Now usually if I'm making a pasta dish, you know, with a tomato sauce, I basically make If it's a meat sauce, I make the same sauce each time, just because I know the family likes it. I mean, there's other, like if I make a marinara, or if I'm making a bolognese, or even like a cacciatore or something, you know, there's times when I will use different sauces. But for basic meat sauce, I just make up my own. Don't really follow a recipe. Okay, we'll let that cook for a minute and I'll be back. Okay. Got our meat working here. I'm going to add the onions. Recording. Okay, let those sweat it out a little bit with the meat, and then we'll be right back. Oops, sorry. Okay, the meat's cooking real good. I'm not necessarily trying to brown it, I'm just cooking it up. The onions are starting to soften up. Our noodles over here are about done. I turned the heat off because I want them to be a little bit undercooked, so when I put this in the oven they won't be overcooked by the time the casserole is done. Now it's starting to brown up a little bit since some of the water from the meats is cooking off. Okay, the onions are nice and soft, so I'm going to add the garlic, cook it for a minute, and add the herbs and spices. The garlic cooked in there. I'm going to add about a tablespoon and a half of Italian seasoning. And some parsley. Get my jars over here. just like to briefly roast those herbs. It brings them out. The smells are wonderful. Okay. And I've got a jar of my home canned tomato sauce from this summer. I'm getting low. Turn my heat down, otherwise I'm going to get spattered like crazy. Okay, I've got a can of diced tomatoes I'm going to add. Including the liquid. These are from Aldi's. This is the basil, garlic, and oregano ones. I like those. More flavor. And then I just got a little can of tomato paste. That'll thicken things up a little bit. Stir this up. I may add some water to it if it gets too thick as it's cooking down. Okay, now add a teaspoon of sugar. Add about a half a teaspoon of salt. And about a half a teaspoon or more of pepper. And then a bay leaf. Okay, so I'm gonna let this cook for about 15 minutes. And then I'll come back when it's time to go to the next step. I've got the heat turned all the way down. Okay, I'll be back. Okay, our dough is doubled in size. So I'm going to punch it down. Okay. Let me get my tray. This is what I cook my baguettes in. Where'd my paper towels go? Okay, got all my stuff. I'm gonna put some oil on the trays. Okay. get. I usually roll this over on my table, but I didn't feel like moving the camera, so it's sticky. That's okay. So I try to make a nice, even fold them under. Whatever the heck this is called. Make my slices. I don't know, maybe my blade is getting dull. It usually goes deeper than that. One on the tray. Not the prettiest one. Let's see if we have better luck with this one. Okay. This is ridiculous. I'm gonna go over to the table. And hopefully you can see me doing it there. Touch that. Parsley in it. Turn it over. I'm not expecting like bakery quality here. It's not going to be the most beautiful bread, but it'll be delicious. Sorry. So there's my sourdough, or my French bread loaves. Put the towel over them and let them rise for another half an hour or so, and then we'll be back. Our sauce is simmering nicely here. Noodles are done, as you can see. So I'm going to shut this off. Preheat the oven to 350. I'm going to add about 3/4 of a cup of sour cream. Stir this up. Give it a taste test. Oh, that's good. Okay, good. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to dump the noodles into here. And I'm going to oil this pan a little bit because this is what I'm going to use to bake it in. Just to help keep it from sticking. Okay. You'd think a 15-inch skillet would be big enough. I mean, I could actually, I could just bake it in here. Doesn't that look yum? You know, I think I will. I think I'll just bake it in here. Even though I already oiled my pan. No biggie. Alright. The whole reason I was going to do it in that pan was because I was going to put half in, put cheese in the middle, and then the other half in, but I can do that like this, so. Get some mozzarella. A little bit of cheddar. Lift this stuff over here. Okay. Mozzarella. Cheddar. Oh, I'm going to get some Parmesan too. Hold on a second. Oh. Front of the door. Okay, Parmesan. Mozzarella. And cheddar. Okay. Now, my oven's preheating, I also have to bake bread that I'm making to go with it. So I think what I'm going to do is bake the bread first. Put some parsley flakes. Pretty, huh? Or bake them together. You could do that. Because the bread won't take that long to rise. For its second rise, it usually rises pretty quickly. I've actually got another video going of how I'm making French bread baguettes. Here they are rising. They've already doubled in size since I put them on the tray, and that's only been like 10 minutes. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to put these in the oven together, let them cook together. That way, because it's getting hot in here, I could do it all at once and get the oven off as quickly as possible. So when everything's ready to go in, I will come back. Be back. Okay, I'm back. It's time to put the bread in the oven. Oven's preheated to 350, and these will bake for 30-35 minutes. And I'll be back when they're done. Okay, time to put this in the oven. The French bread is in there. And it bakes for 30 to 35 minutes. And this probably will bake for the same amount. Boy, that pan is heavy. So we'll let that bake, and then I'll come back when everything is done. Oh, look at that. The beefaroni is done. And I'm just waiting on the French bread. It's got about 9 more minutes. You can take a peek at it. Oh, look at that. So I will come back when the bread is done. Okay, I'm back. My blade didn't really slice into it very well, so it didn't make deep marks, but that's alright. We're just going to rip it apart and eat it, so I'm not too worried about it not being perfectly beautiful bread. It's perfectly delicious. So that's going to go with our beefaroni. So I hope you enjoyed this video, and I'm going to be doing a series on different breads. So if you'd like to learn to make things that I make, watch for some new videos. And I'll have crafting videos and sewing videos and journaling videos and more cooking videos coming up. So thanks again for watching. Don't forget to subscribe if you haven't already, and please give me a thumbs up. See you later. Bye.